Hey Villa fam, you're back with Two Village Girls. This week we're doing a fun little twist. A few weeks ago we talked about you guys asking us questions that you want answered by Two Village Girls, and the question we are answering today is, what are some activities your kids can do at home during a pandemic?
Okay, so first we wanted to start by talking about some holiday activities since the holidays are here. So we want to mention some holiday activities that can keep kids busy. You can do these activities with the kids. It's very family-based activities for the holidays. It's supposed to encourage family time, just to be able to spend time with your family, get to know your family better. Is probably the time that's missed from the rest of the year, maybe from the parents working all the time. Maybe this is a time where the parents are home and you guys can do these little activities. So the first activity that I really, really love to do, I can't wait to do with my student is building gingerbread houses. And basically you just go to a store, I think like Walmart or Target or whatever store, and buy the little gingerbread kit, and you can bring it home, have a little gingerbread house competition, or just do it for fun. You don't have to have a competition at all. Just build houses with your kids and have fun with it. Another little thing you could do is watch holiday movies. So just put some popcorn, fix some popcorn and put a movie on, watch with the kids, and just enjoy each other's company.
Holiday movies are always fun, and you have different movies for different ages.
Mm-hmm.
Decorating the trees and decorating and hanging up your stockings for the holidays are absolute must, absolute fun, because it encourages family engagement and encourages creativity, and it encourages self-reliance, because in making your stockings and decorating your tree, you're encouraging them to go out and like figure out which places are the right places, and it helps with like writing their name and just expressing themselves.
Expressing themselves through creativity,
Yep.
through it's just trying to inspire them to be their self, basically. So uh,
Absolutely.
I love like Christmas time. I know Serena loves Christmas time
Oh
too.
yeah.
I like to like just I am not a very creative person. I always say that to Serena. But I do like decorating, putting up the tree, and just like spending time with my family. I love little things like that. So decorating trees and decorating just the house, hanging up stockings are all very fun little activities you guys can do during the holidays. Another thing you can do is have your children write letters to Santa.
Mm-hmm.
Um, that encourages it just teaches them how to write. It just it strengthens their writing skills, and it can help them with their words. It can help them.
It helps with spelling. It helps with just letter writing. The art of letter writing is foreign on these newer generations, but knowing how to format a letter and mail a letter off is important. And
Mhm.
it's fun. It's something we all need to know at some point. Um, Another thing that we love to see families do is baking cookies for Santa. And even further, baking cookies for the reindeer too. Having different kinds of patterns and cookie cutouts for the whole family is a fun activity, because it helps with learning recipes. It helps with learning how to bake in general.
Absolutely. I would have loved to be bake when I was like little, bake for Santa or bake in general, because I like sweets. So
And
baking is fun.
absolutely. And that's another creative freedom thing. Most of these activities, if you think about it, they're like creative freedom, but also structured. So it keeps your kids occupied, but it also encourages like creative play, creative freedom. It encourages them to do their own thing while in a structure. It has them thinking for themselves.
Mm-hmm. Um, Another thing I think would be like cute and fun would be holiday family pictures. get cute little holiday outfits, matching outfits, and just go take pictures. It can be with Santa. It can be just in a nice open area. It just be family pictures. You guys just come together and take pictures together and have fun with it. And that should be fun. That's a tradition I would like to incorporate when I start having my own family and stuff.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So that's it for the holiday activities that we've thought of. If you guys have any more, feel free to leave comments for us, leave suggestions.
Absolutely.
For the Villa fam.
Absolutely.
So we're going to jump into the no mess activities, or in this case, we like to call it the less mess activities, because we all aren't perfect. Mess happens even if we try our best not to have it.
Yeah.
And one of the things I was actually just telling Angie about is this thing called the Buddha board. So a Buddha board is basically a Zen activity where it's a blank canvas or a blank board with a paintbrush attached, and the paintbrush, like, it's a full set that comes with like a paint palette, which is basically just a little hole, and instead of using paint you actually use water. So this is a no mess activity, because instead of painting with many colors and different things that can spill, it's actually, you're just painting with the water. And the way the Buddha board works is you can create your art and it'll sit for a little while, and eventually the water will dry, and you can reuse the Buddha board as many times as you want, or add to the pictures until they dry. So this is one of those time to relax little hobby activities to just kind of express yourself in the moment without having to worry about, like, oh, what if someone sees that I'm upset by this picture? It kind of dries and it just keeps you going. It keeps the kids engaged. It keeps you from having to clean up messy paint spills. Another no mess activity that kids use, at least back in my day, was the Leapfrog learning system, which are basically interactive books that you can connect to a system that helps them read the words that they're pointing at. There's like a little sensor pen that they can point at each word, and it reads the word out loud, so they can read along with the book. There's usually activities inside the books in addition to the reading to encourage phonics and to encourage just learning their alphabets and everything. So that's no mess, because they can sit and read and play, just hold it in their lap basically. These are portable things they can take anywhere. They run on batteries, so they're very convenient. A final no mess activity they can use is kinetic sand. Now, I know what you're thinking, sand is messy, but the way kinetic sand works is kinetic sand has a way of molding to itself and sticking to itself. So instead of each individual grain of sand like falling apart, when you go to like pour it, it molds together almost like Play-Doh, but you can like spread it out and make it flat like sand. But when you go to scoop it together, it naturally sticks together regardless of the fact that it is sand, which makes for easy cleanup. You just ball it together and keep it moving. And kids love it. Kids love sensory toys in most cases anyway. So kinetic sand is one of those things.
So next we're gonna go into family activities. So some activities that you can do as a family. So the first thing is movie nights, which is basically you just put on a little you would probably set like a certain day during the week for movie nights and have a movie night with your family and just have snacks, your favorite ice cream, favorite popcorn, whatever, and just lay up and watch movies all night. Or you could have a game night where you just have age appropriate games, of course, and those games could be like Jenga. Jenga is like a little block game where you take turns pulling out the blocks, in the first one, whoever, makes the tower tumble over is out basically. It's a little easy game. I play it with my student a lot too during math time, and just counting. Sometimes we do like a little, your turn, how many you gotta point out take out 2 blocks, and he'll do it like that. Sometimes we do it like that. Other games could be like Sorry. You can play I Spy. You can play. It's a lot of little different games you can play. You can come up with games too. Kids can make up a lot of different games on their own. They are so creative, because when when I'm trying to teach, or when I'm trying to do something, my student always be like, well, let me beat you in this. If I'm the first one down here, I'm the winner. Or he always tried to, make it a competition, which is fun. It's fun to me. So game nights are a good activity for you and your family to spend time together and, build those skills needed.
That's so cute.
Yeah. Also, canvas paintings. I know my nieces like to paint a lot. So she have these little canvases, and she also have a paint set. So you can you guys can paint together, kind of like how we do a sip and paint as adults, but you can do it like a little sip and paint family style with juice and just paint. It can be anything. It can be, if it's the holidays, you can paint whatever the holiday is. Like if it's Halloween, you can do pumpkins or spiders or ghosts. Or if it's Christmas, you can do Christmas trees and decorate special ornaments and stuff like that.
You could also, with that, you could do like art exhibits throughout the season, or throughout the time that they're creating like new arts. Like maybe once a week or once a month, you can just like have like a little family art show.
Yeah,
yeah, you can like go around and like, hey, let's have our, like you said, the sip and paint idea, like grab their little juice cups and we'll like walk around the house, and this art came from this day and this is what I was doing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, show their creativity and their art skills, and it's just fun too.
Yeah.
I also like to do collages. Like I like the one collage I did so far with my student is a leaf collage, where we went out, we collected some leaves, different color leaves and stuff that were falling off the tree, because of course it's fall time.
Mm-hmm.
We were learning about leaves falling off the tree and stuff, so we went in the house after collecting leaves and made like just this leaf collage where we just glue a bunch of leaves and whatever, however he wanted to put it, he just did it. He just glued it on the paper however he wanted it. And then we kind of just like, after we glued them, we kind of just like took the paintbrush and just painted the background, make it a little more bright and colorful. And collages just help kids learn how to like use scissors, use their hands, use glue. There's a lot of like hand-eye coordination with collages, so that's useful.
Oh, that's a cute idea. I've never thought about that. I've never done that activity before. Yes. I might have to borrow that.
Yeah, and the other thing we did was we collected rocks and painted rocks. I think I told you that. We just went outside, collected little rocks, brought them back in the house, and whatever color he wanted to paint them, just painted them. We just painted rocks.
It's also good to like add these things, because people often think that I have to go out and buy these things for my child. Like this child seemed very happy, it sounds like, to be going outside and just picking a rock to paint.
He loved going outside, playing with things outside, exploring everything outside. Don't matter what it is, he will go play with it. There's a lot of things where, like Serena was saying, like you don't have to go and spend money. So if you can find like little things around the house, like toilet paper rolls and paper towel rolls and just popsicle sticks and just little cardboard boxes, and you can be creative and help your child use his imagination to come up with different things. It doesn't matter what it is. Like I'm trying to think of a good example, but
those are good examples. You're saying you're not creative, but oh my gosh, like just finding these basic household, because every household, we all know at this point during the pandemic, every household has toilet paper rolls sitting around. So finding these like basic household things.
Yeah, we use like cotton balls to make stuff, and
that's awesome.
A lot of different things.
It's a brilliant idea.
Yeah. Another thing that you can do as a family is take nature walks. And when you're taking nature walks, you just enjoy nature. You you talk with your kids about the different things that are happening in the environment. And it's just fun. It's just, it helps them learn. It helps the kids learn about the changes in the environment, like why the leaves are falling off the trees, or why the leaves are changing colors, or when it's daytime, the sun is out, or if when it's cloudy, it's just a bunch of clouds, like little questions, because they ask questions, why this, why that, all the time. That would definitely help them learn as y'all taking a beautiful walk.
Absolutely. There's always something that can be taught or learned while on a nature walk. So next we're going to talk about independent activities and toys that your child could benefit from. And these are those things that if you're a work from home parent and you have like a work meeting and you need to be in your office, things that'll keep your child occupied and encourage an independent play. So some of those things are like building sets like Legos or blocks, because the opportunities are endless with what you can do with those. You can use puzzles or brain teasers, because this engages the mind and it'll keep them focused for a while. Plus, it encourages those deep thinking skills, those strategy skills that we want to encourage, especially at a younger age. Problem solving skills, reading, giving your child a good range of books, age appropriate, to engage their mind. Those are great things that your child can always benefit from having. You can never go wrong with books.
Absolutely. Lots and lots.
Another thing we encourage in terms of creating an independent space for them to express themselves is creating an in-home art space for them, where all their art supplies are kept and they can just pick whatever they want to use at whatever time they'd like, and having like that designated table that they can use at any time. That way they don't have to come ask mom or dad or parent if they can paint today, or if they can use their art supplies today, and if they can use the table, like giving them a designated space to draw. And along with that designated space, giving them like a place to play house regularly. And in that house, including like dress up clothes, kitchen sets, and cleaning sets, having those things available to them will encourage imaginative play and independent play, because they won't, with those materials, they are able to create any world they want in dress up clothes, in their kitchen. So yeah, those kinds of things encourage independent play, because the opportunities are endless, and those are important, especially during times where parents aren't able to necessarily jump right into play with them. And they won't feel lonely, because they'll have so many different things to choose from, so many different things they can incorporate into one game. A final thing that encourages independent play, which is another toy, is actually a sensory table or a water table. And basically it's a table that it stands up at their like waist level, but it's kind of like a bucket. And you can fill it with different things for them to play with. And I know from experience, because I worked with a bunch of kids, and anytime we brought in the sensory table, every kid wanted to be inside it. You can fill it with water and water toys. You can fill it with like little pom-poms and like soft toys, or you can fill it with even Legos and like hard toys. And it keeps them on their feet, it keeps them moving, and it keeps them engaged, because this is another thing that anything can happen with the table. They can make it into whatever they want. For example, in like the water table, they can put like little paper boats. They can build like little paper boats and have them sailing their boats inside the water table, and put little toy fish. Like there's so many different things that they can do. And
it's a lot of different things to keep kids busy, keep their minds, running.
Exactly. You see me getting excited just talking about it. Like my mind is just racing with ideas. And these kids are smart. They think of these things too.
They do. They really, really do. They love to come up with creative activities to play on their own. They love it.
Absolutely.
One last thing I wanted to talk about was some media activities. And we wanted to talk about media activities last because, screen time is like Mm, it's kind of frowned upon in like the child care center. Well, I haven't worked in a child care center, but I know that you can use ABC Mouse. ABC Mouse have a lot of different activities that can keep the kid busy. It teaches them math, reading, words, coloring. It teaches them their numbers. They can paint. There's also books on there where they can read the what's it called, audio books, where the book is reading to the kid. So you don't even have to read the book to them. The tablet, the personal ABC Mouse would do it for them.
Mm-hmm.
There's also like little. It's called toddler lessons because my student he uses it too. It's called like toddler lessons where a teacher will come on and just talk about a specific topic. It can be patterns. It can be anything, whatever. But ABC Mouse is definitely a good tool to use for kids. YouTube Kids is more of a little relaxed thing because kids like to watch videos on YouTube. They like to watch other kids unwrap gifts, and they like to watch other kids play with toys. They like to watch a lot of stuff, and sometimes if you just give them the regular just YouTube, they kind of end up on videos they're not supposed to be watching. So YouTube Kids is a little bit better and supposed to be more appropriate for the kids, just in case they end up on stuff they're not supposed to.
On the dark side of YouTube.
Yeah.
Screen time for children younger than 5 is about 1 hour per day during the week, and approximately, like, you can increase it a little bit over the weekends.
Yeah, because I know some daycares don't even have, like, don't even use TVs or have any screens in the daycare at all. Like I said, all depends on who the provider is, the child care provider is. So
yeah. One thing we want to remind you guys is that your child knows their interests. If you give them the opportunity to tell you what they're interested in, what activities they would like to do, this will encourage that independent play more, because they will have been heard of what they'd like, and providing those interests to them will keep their mind occupied. Another thing that can be most beneficial to you, like I was saying earlier, is revamping your child's quote unquote workspace, and creating that open layout for them that inspires creativity without being too open to welcome mess or harm. So what I mean by that is something, I don't know if you remember learning this, Angie, but something they taught us in our child development classes is that when creating your classroom space and setting up the layout for your classroom, it's important to space out your shelving and space out your toy distribution areas to give opportunity for space to play without giving opportunity for kids to like run from this end of the room to that end of the room, and possibly harming themselves. So creating a layout that's welcoming to the child without welcoming open space for the toys to be thrown everywhere, which we all know we don't want, especially during COVID when everyone's at home and everyone is seeing the same thing. So yeah, just keep that in mind. Since you're all home, we're all doing DIY projects at home anyway, so why not revamp your child's play place?
Yeah. Have their little independent space to play in and just be creative. And sometimes like I think I'm a type of provider where I encourage children to have their little alone time. Like, I think it's important. So let them have their little space, their little setup where they can go and paint if they want to. They can go and play if they want to. They can go and read if they want to. They can go and take a nap if they want to. Things like that.
Absolutely.
Thanks, Villa Fam, for tuning in again to another episode with Two Village Girls. Please join us every Wednesday for new episodes. If you guys have any more activities or have any more ideas of what kids can do to stay busy, please comment them below. Also, check out our blog page for more information. We will put more activities, more information about ABC Mouse and YouTube Kids on there as well. And we'll be posting on our blog page every Wednesday and Saturday. Please follow us on all social medias, which we listed in the description box below. As always, we want to send you out with some positive vibes to get you through the rest of your week. This week's inspirational quote is by Aaron Kinney, And it says children cannot bounce off the walls if we take away the walls. So that's it for this week, guys. We will catch you next week. Bye.
Bye.